James Chard, agronomist with Growers Supplies, servicing the Yorke Peninsula, Adelaide Plains and the SA Mallee, working out of South Australia. New grower I started working with in 2020 season. Paddock was sown to an XT tolerant lentil and noticed a high amount of ryegrass pressure came through the in-crop sprays, and due to the length of season in 2020 at the end we missed the opportunity to crop top some of that, so knew the ryegrass pressure was going to be high. Paddock was meant to be sown to oat and hay, but due to a weaker oat and hay price the grower changed his mind and paddock was sown to Sheriff wheat. After missing the opportunity to get a pre-emergent out, we applied some Box of Gold post-sown pre-emergent at 2.5 litres per hectare and noticed still a fairly high level of pressure of ryegrass coming through that application. We then spoke with our market development agronomist at Bayer, Tim Murphy, and discussed the opportunity about trying to use some Mateno Complete as a trial site here to control the high level pressure of ryegrass that had come through that early application. Long Plains I'd describe as a medium to lower rainfall, especially the last 4 years, had considerable drought and frost pressure. Average rainfall for the area is about 350 to 380 mils for the total year. Year to date so far I've had about 225 mils of rainfall. Paddock adjacent to this paddock had similar ryegrass pressure and similar resistance, and that was treated with a pre-emergent overwatch application at 1.25 litres per hectare, and did give a higher level of control to the point the grower was satisfied with that, and no follow-up application was needed. But it was good to compare the pair throughout the season and look quite similar. Due to the soil type and sowing system being a K-Hart disc seeder, we were limited somewhat with what pre-emergents we could use. And then due to missing that application of a pre-emergent that wouldn't have been overly robust, we came back with Box of Gold. So Mateno Complete was applied in June. Crop stage was GS13 and had ranging annual ryegrass and radish from 1 to 3 leaf. Application was made just prior to about 15 to 20 mils of rainfall within 5 days of application. Mateno Complete was applied standalone via a hardy boom spray using a low pressure air induction nozzle. It was a coarse droplet applied at 80 litres per hectare water rate, and the grower had no issues at all with the product and was happy with the mixability and handling of the product. Following the Mateno application, some diflufen bleaching was observed by the grower. No real concern, sort of found that it grew out of that bleaching within sort of 4 to 6 weeks. And I think after looking at the level of control of weed spectrum with the radish and the ryegrass, the grower was quite accepting of that level of bleaching. I noticed really good cross-spectrum control of both broadleafs and grasses, specifically strong on the radish, capeweed and ryegrass population that was observed in the paddock. Definitely a standout early post-emergent product for ryegrass and small broadleafs. Finding that a lot of pre-emergents are running out sort of 6 to 12 weeks after sowing. There was definitely escape ryegrasses coming through in late June into July. Using Mateno Complete, we've found that we've picked up that later germinating ryegrass, and it's definitely given us a lot longer length of control. I would have said considerably 6 to 8 weeks after application, we're still seeing ryegrass showing symptoms from the herbicide application. When inspecting the crop later in the season, comparing the control untreated, the Box of Gold, post-sow pre-emergent and adjacent treatments in paddocks next door, definitely found that Mateno Complete had given superior control to the treatments in this paddock and at least comparative to other treatments in paddocks neighbouring. So after a wet June, July of tallying up to about 100 mils of rain, August was slightly below average, about 35 millimetres, and a very dry September. And noticed that where the Mateno Complete had been treated in the paddock, that the ryegrass and radish control was significantly better. There's been less crop competition, and therefore it looks like the crop's going to fill out and be high yielding. Seeing Mateno in small plot replicated trial works, it's built some confidence across soil types and environmental rainfall conditions that I've got a fairly high level of confidence now to recommend in high pressure environments Mateno Complete be used by my growers, and feel that they're going to achieve very good results by using the product. So I see Mateno Complete being used after a robust pre-emergent package, targeting ryegrass that may have escaped the pre-emergent subject to environmental conditions, and I see it giving that extra length of control that we're currently struggling to achieve with the market options. I think Mateno Complete's ability to reduce weed seed set is going to be a great tool. Its ability to lengthen that control from IBS applied products is going to be handy for a lot of growers in a lot of areas. Highly adaptable to rainfall zones too. And I think that it's giving a grower an all-in-one pass for broadleaf and grass weeds is going to be a massive tool for a lot of growers to use.